So here we are back in the studio, making pots again after 5 or 6 weeks of being away from it. Today I've been making some cups with incised decoration. I'll show you how I do that, and also I've done some test pieces to work on these glazes I've been using here. This is iron oxide and cobalt, and what I've decided to do is to try and bring some green into it. So I've mixed up some chrome. I don't like copper, so I'm trying chrome. Chrome's a bit strident, but I'll explain the whole process of that during the video, so here it is. Okay, so here we are, back in the studio after 6 weeks away. The last pots I made were some large platters about 5 or 6 weeks ago for a television programme that's being made to go out in the UK on Channel 5 in the new year. Springtime, they said, they're not quite sure yet. And they came to follow me, watch me making pots, and then they went to the Only Clay fair that I ran and photographed myself and all the crew there and my family, and did 2 days of filming there. So there's going to be a TV programme all about what's great and going off great in Yorkshire, so I'll let you know exactly when that's on. I'm not sure myself, but all the filming is done now. Yeah, I'm back at it. It's quite exciting, really. I like the whole filming process, as you can see by the number of videos I've made over the last few years. I quite like the process. Help get us all through, or help get me get through the first couple of lockdowns. Gave me something to do. Right, these are going to be some incised teacups, actual teacups with handles, and I use a fork, to incise lines into it, and then this will have, these lines will have white slip rubbed into them and then scraped off, and it leaves a really nice white pale line underneath the glaze. This one there, look, while I'm talking, I'll do. As you all know, we don't get precious about stuff here. And I'm just going to belly it out, stretch the lines out a little bit, make them a little bit better, a little bit wider. Smooth off the rim. These all started when my son in Cyprus asked me to make him this style of pot, but with a handle on, big enough to have a breakfast cup of tea. So I made a few, 2 or 3. I got one to turn out. Took it all the way to Cyprus when I went after the Only Clay festival, and it leaked. The base was too thin, and it all leaked. So yeah, making them again. So I've left enough, put a bit more clay in each ball of clay, and I've left a thicker base now, so see if we can't avoid making that mistake again. So that's it, the first one back after goodness knows how many weeks. Still not sorted out yet, because I haven't got a blooming wire here. Jeez. Amazing how you get out of the habit. Right, there we are, first one. Right, these are the tall beakers I showed you earlier. have a foot ring on, they'll just have the corners just thumbed off, and they're just a simple tall cylinder. The problem with throwing tall thin pots is getting your hand in. To use is a throwing stick, just to get the clay up from the bottom. Not difficult to use. There's practice in it, just have to practice. So that's the cylinder. So what I've got here is some chrome oxide and some cobalt. The previous ones had cobalt and iron oxide, and it gave a sort of yellow ochre sort of base to the colour, an autumny colour. What I'm going to try and do this time is to have a sort of more summery colour now. Chrome's quite a strident colour. I don't like copper because I don't like putting copper in my kilns because it transfers into the walls of the kiln, and so I avoid it. I don't like using copper. So this is cobalt oxide, and what I've done is I've put it in some white slip. This has got white slip mixed in with it because I've found that putting oxides just straight onto the outside, if they're on thick, the glaze crawls from it because it crumbles, it's too dry. And so now with my oxides I add a little bit of slip. Now this has got white slip in it, and I think once we get the results out, I'm guessing that it's going to be quite a bright green and too bright for me. So with the next one I do, I'm going to mix some chrome with my ordinary stoneware clay, and that'll sort of mute it down a little bit. But these are all experiments, so I'll have to wait and see what happens with them. I was trying to get my experimentation done beginning of the year. Right, so now this is the next lot of slip. It doesn't look a great deal different to the other one, so I'll put it in a different tub and I'll mark it differently. This has got the ordinary stoneware clay of the clay body in it, so some cobalt on. That too has got slip mixed in it because it goes crumbly. This might be an unmitigated failure, you know, you never know, do you? Quite often a lot of my ideas are, because they're a bit out there, but you don't push the envelope, do you, by sticking to safe ideas. This will have the white slip on for the clouds afterwards, obviously put on when it dries. But right, that's the two different chromes put on. Okay, that's it. Back at it. Sorry to have been away for so long. The next video will come along quite quickly because I'm doing some moon jars. So I'm going to video that. Keep an eye out on social media for the new event that I'm doing, which is Only Glass. The website that goes live at the weekend, so I'll mention it in the next video. You'll get fed up of hearing it, but yeah, it's what we have to do, don't we, to get the message out. So okay, see you next time.